Hey guys, so let's just jump right into it. So, I've been seeing lots of these YouTubers doing 100 days Minecraft, and I'm like, yeah, I need to join the trend, people. So, I don't think I'm really capable of doing 100 days, but I think cutting it in half to 50 might be okay. So this video is day 1 to 50 of my survival adventures. So if you end up enjoying the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new to not miss out on any adventures. Now, I'm just gonna not waste your time anymore and let's get started. Okay guys, on day 1, we spawned in a jungle biome, and I immediately went for the biggest tree because the biggest tree has the most wood, and I believe the most wood on hand is the best. After crafting myself a wooden pickaxe and a wooden axe, I went down into the cave system that was right next to me to grab a few pieces of cobblestone. Then I came across a clump of coal, which I was like, yes please, so I took it all. After getting 20 coal and 39 cobblestone, I felt good about myself, so I left the cave system to never return. It then grew dark, but for a day 1 house, I think I did pretty good. I think jungle, tree, leaves, and dirt go really good together if you ask me. And that was the end of day 1. On day 2, I decided to abandon my little dirt hut and go explore the rest of the jungle. Along the way, I found a big batch of cocoa beans that I took because they look so sweet. And I even had my first zombie kill. Then I decided to harvest some bamboo because I saw some pandas lying around back here, and I wanted to give them a few pieces of bamboo before I left, not knowing that I would actually be meeting the little baby panda. Look at him, he's so cute. I kept the little panda in a hole near the place that I was going to build my house, just so he wouldn't run away from me while I build. It started to get dark and I got really scared, so I camped up at my unfinished house for the night, and that was the end of day 2. On day 3, I went and checked on baby panda and fed him a little bit of bamboo. I then went in search of seeds so I can start getting unlimited bread. And then I eventually made myself a wooden hoe and I started to plant the seeds by the little river that was right next to my house. As it was raining, it reminded me I needed to put a roof on my house, so I did so. The orangey blue skies filled the air, and that told me that it was the end of day 3. On day 4, I was so lazy and tired that I literally just stuck fences in the ground for 10 minutes straight, and before I knew it, the day had already ended. On day 5, I started decorating my new little house, and I even started to construct a little mine. While I was doing this, I stumbled across a mine shaft and I found some pieces of iron. I took the cobwebs on the walls so I can turn it into wool for beds. I then found a chest with a name tag in it so we can name our little baby panda eventually when we get an anvil. And I got out of the mine just as it grew dark, and that was the end of day 5. On day 6, I went to check on baby panda and gave him a little bamboo snack. Then I remembered I have a bed to make. I had an idea to put the pandas on the bottom of my house, but they looked a little cramped, which made me sad. So I attempted to make a little enclosure, but the night had fallen over. And then I got to spend the rest of day 6 sleeping in my very nice bed. On day 7, I got twin little baby pandas to live in the little enclosure when I finish. With the enclosure done and the last gate put on, I started to lead the pandas into their new home. It was hard work getting them in, but once I finally got them in, I gave them a little bamboo snack as a reward for cooperating. At the end of day 7, I went to go harvest my wheat, and it turned dark as I finished. On day 8, I decided to expand my wheat farm so I can get more wheat at once. After that was done, I went to go visit my panda pals and we got a third twin panda. And this one had a little tongue, it was so cute. I then made myself a blast furnace to add as the last piece to my shelf. I then relocated my mine to this little tombstone, which I think looks pretty good, if you ask me, for a little entrance to a mine. And that was the end of day 8. On day 9, I decided to go gather up some wood, so I would eventually have enough to be able to fence off my area. I also came across some melons, which would be a tasty snack. I then planted some bamboo in the panda enclosure just so that they would feel at home in their little bamboo environment. I then wanted to expand my house and I picked the tree right above the pandas to do so. I then spent the rest of the day clearing out the space that I wanted the treehouse to go, and that was the end of day 9. On day 10, I decided to grab some more wood, and I also paid the little pandas a visit. I then started on making my little treehouse, and right before I knew it, it turned dark again. On day 11, I realized the pandas have outgrown their enclosure, so I expanded it, and right as I finished, it turned dark. On day 12, I decided to extend the farm, but instead of more wheat, I actually added melon. I made a little staircase path all the way down to the farm because it was a pain to take damage every single time I wanted to get down. And now, this is the end of day 12. On day 13, I decided to dig out the mine, and eventually I found a clump of iron. Sadly, it was only 4, but it's better than nothing. Once I reached Y level 11, I went to go down with an iron pickaxe, but the sun was setting and I was sad. On day 14, I decided to start off the day by adding barrels to my house, and I even went mining. I then dug into this very cool looking cave. And along the way, I even found my first diamond. It was only 1 though, but I still like it. And then I experienced a death. I then couldn't find my diamond, and I was so sad that I lost my only diamond. But when I went over here, the diamond was here, so I was so happy. And then I never wanted to do with anything like that again, so I went back up to never return in a long time. I then went and fed my pandas some bamboo because they looked a bit hungry. And that was the end of day 14. On day 15, I wanted to expand the farm, but not with wheat or melon. I wanted to farm a mega tree. I then crafted myself some iron armor finally, but only the chest plate and boots because I wanted to save the rest of the iron for something else. I then spent most of the day sorting out all of my items just to make it more organized. And then I tried an MLG water bucket, which, it worked, but it wasn't clean, but it worked. And then I saw my tree grew, and I was so happy. And then I spent the rest of day 15 watching the sun set. On day 16, I decided to continue my treehouse build, and before it turned dark, I fed the pandas the rest of my bamboo, and I slept in my bed. I now have loads of pandas, but lots of babies to take care of. I don't know if I can do this. But when I saw the singular melon grow, I was astonished, so I picked it up as fast as I could and ate it. On day 18, I continued the treehouse again. And on day 19, we got a little brown panda. Look at him, he's so cute. I just love him. And of course, I did some treehouse work. And I even went in to flex with the little brown panda over there. On day 20, I decided to make a cocoa bean farm. And of course, I flexed with baby brown panda again. And then this old man thought he could just come onto my property and rip me of my money, so I killed him and his little companions, and that's the end of the killing montage. And now, this is the end of day 20. On day 21, I decided to start mining. And after a day of mining, I felt pretty good about myself on day 22. I then harvested my cocoa beans. I collected some melons because I felt like it, and I took my mighty time grabbing all the wheat. I then put my iron in the furnace, and while that was smelting, I made a couple cookies. And that concluded day 22. On day 23, I fed a parrot a cookie and it immediately poisoned him, and I felt sorry and bad. And then I set up on a boat to explore the open ocean. I found some sugarcane along the way and I couldn't help myself but take it, so I did. And then I found a broken nether portal and it had a couple of good stuff in there, but I almost died, so I had to use these repelling bubbles to keep me alive, which actually worked out in my favor. I wanted to make a little boat dock for my boats, and the construction didn't finish until the end of day 25. On day 26, I needed some spicing up in my house, so I made 2 full melon blocks and I placed them on my house. And that was the end of day 26. On day 27, the skeleton wanted to kill me and he succeeded, but that's okay because he died and that's all that matters. And then a zombie wanted to kill little poor old me, so I had to kill him. There was no excuse. And then I did a little bit more work on the treehouse like usual. And on day 28, I woke up to find that we had a full patch of melons! I also bred with the pandas because I just felt like it and our population was getting pretty low. And I didn't forget to harvest the melons. And at the end of day 28, I decided to harvest my wheat. And then I started to mine for 3 days straight. On day 30, when I felt good about what I've gotten, I just built up to the surface to never return to that mine never again. I wanted to do some big stuff today, so I planted my sugarcane, expanded the wheat farm, and decided to go to bed. On day 31, I decided to go mining again. I found some lapis, a diamond, and a couple other diamonds. So now we have 7 in total. And then I died, and I respawned, so I just went to bed, and I thought we could just find our stuff in the morning. Thankfully, our diamonds were still there and it didn't get burned up in the lava, so we were safe. And I never wanted to meet this cave again, so I left. On the day of day 32, I went and harvested all my melons, and I ate a cookie as the sun set. On day 33, I was playing with the pandas, and I realized we have 2 new baby brown pandas. I then took note of my coordinates so I would know where I would need to go if I was lost, and along the way I found a pig, which is the first meat I've ever seen on this world, so I decided to kill him, and yep. And the mom, because, I haven't seen meat in so long. I've been vegan, but now I'm gonna be an omnivore. And then I died. On day 34, I decided to make a diamond pickaxe to go inside the mines and get some obsidian. I then spent the rest of the day gathering some obsidian for tomorrow. I then made a flint and steel and a nether portal, and I started to go inside. I then got really scared in the nether, so I quickly went back because, I do not want to die today. And on day 36, I went back into the nether to hopefully find some ancient debris. So I just needed to find a good spot to put it, and then I was off. I found some gold, killed my first piglin, which didn't really go so well because I was really scared that he would hit me off. And he did look like he was about to hit me off, so I was very cautious about that. And yeah, you can just watch me horrifyingly kill the piglin. And then his friend shows up as I was celebrating. So yes, and then boom, I almost got knocked off by his friend. So I quickly went back in and quickly found out that Ancient Debris Day was not today. And then I died. And I was sad, but you know what? I was mad. I was very mad. And because of that, my anger has overtaken me, and I have decided to complete the series at 36 days instead of 50. I know, I know. I just don't want to be killed anymore. I feel like I'm getting bullied, so I'm gonna keep on practicing so I can just be better in the future because I don't want to let you guys down. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new to not miss out on any new adventures. Now, goodbye.